Hi to folks, and welcome back to my Jedi Knight series of Star Wars The Old Republic. We're almost to the finish line, folks. First up, though, we've got to make our way through Axial Park and our mission objectives there. So first up, I'm just going to show you that we're going to head to this area right over here, and to do that, I'm going to go ahead and use the speeder point to rocket sled over there, because I think these like little rocket monorails are pretty awesome. Whew, man, it's been a long journey. So if you guys have been with me since the start, we started off as a little peon scrub in Tython. We started disarming weapons of mass destruction. We then moved into what I would consider to be one of the best storylines of the game, which is actually going to the heart of the Sith Empire and trying to take out the Sith Emperor, and now trying to redeem ourselves after having completely lost to the Sith Emperor, fall into the dark side for a very short time, and now being put in charge of that same mission again, but hopefully this time with success. And one of the things I like about this is that instead of going in, well, I don't want to do any spoilers until we get there. You guys will see, but it's definitely, if you guys get the chance to do this quest yourself, it's a whole lot of fun. It's definitely something that I've really enjoyed in this game, is that there's 8 different storylines. But again, the Jedi Knight one just definitely feels the most like canon, especially when you finally get to Knights of the Fallen Empire. There's just such a deep personal connection to, the Force and this concept of who the Emperor is and how he relates to the universe as a whole, and it really shapes your decisions. If you come into Knights of the Fallen Empire from any other player class, I think you miss out a little bit. Unless you're maybe the Sith Warrior, I think also has some really, really good ties to the main storyline of Knights of the Fallen Empire. But if you come into Knights of the Fallen Empire having not gone through, say, this particular storyline, I think it's really difficult to get a full grasp of who the Emperor is. You still go through the Revan expansion, you still might go through Zeost, but with this storyline, I mean, you really get to see the Emperor, how he affects one personal storyline very much, in how he has corrupted your Padawan before you even ever met her, how he has sent his chief assassin after you at one point, and how that assassin was even so disillusioned by what the Emperor was planning that he would actually turn sides. If you come into this from other class lines where you're maybe the scoundrel and you became the best smuggler in the universe, kind of a treasure hunter and glory seeker. If you came into this as a trooper who was just, a master of the military battlefield, I just don't think you have the same look at the Emperor that the Jedi Knight gets.
There shouldn't be any argument. The Republic is here to save the people of Corellia. Period.
We're here to win a war, Senator. What good is saving lives if we lose the blasted planet?
The Jedi have come to rescue Corellia's people and free their world from the Empire.
If only everyone felt that way.
Topi puna puna, menchika pukno ni slemo.
The Empire sent extermination patrols to our medical evacuation sites. Those murdering scum slaughtered our wounded. Now the Empire's rewarding the killers with parties and medals. They're celebrating in plain sight, taunting us before they're shipped back home. We need to strike back before that filth leaves Corellia. Put some fear in the Empire.
I won't make any decisions without hearing the Senator's request.
Thousands of Corellian citizens are being kidnapped and forced to serve the Empire. We have to free them.
Those citizens are being kidnapped from your prisons. They're criminals.
No. They're in custody awaiting trial. They are innocent until proven guilty, and we cannot abandon them to the enemy.
Which mission would make the best use of our people?
Supreme Commander, we've received advanced combat gear from Balmora.
We'd call this a bribe,
to my
folks.
cause, we'll equip you to better face the enemy.
That's outrageous. You're attempting to bribe this Jedi.
And there he said it
That
too.
is insulting and incorrect, Senator. I'm adding to the Supreme Commander's knowledge. He'll make the final call.
Okay, so normally I would save this particular speech for after the quest is done, but I'm going to throw this one in here. So, guys, there's no right or wrong way to play this game, and if you haven't done it already, let these bigger issues kind of affect you. how do you feel about these two different options? You know, chasing down after Imperials, you know, it won't necessarily bring those soldiers back. You know, it's a despicable thing for them to do, but that urge for revenge to hurt people who have hurt us is pretty strong. I definitely could understand people choosing a dark side choice here. And as for the light side choice here, I mean, these are criminals. They are innocent until proven guilty, but the chances are that they have been the majority of them that have been put in a place to be put on trial, could quite possibly have committed these crimes. But because they've committed those crimes, does that mean it is okay to let them suffer at Imperial hands? Especially if there's the possibility that some of them could have been innocent. You know, these are two options that really have got to make you think about, you know, real life situations in the same way. You know, there's sometimes, I can't remember the exact quote, but it is better for, you know, 100 guilty men to go free than one innocent man to stay in jail, or something to that effect. This is that played out into a video game for the light side choice. You know, do you feel it's better to let these guys go? And vice versa. Well, I shouldn't say vice versa, but for the dark side choice, how do you feel about it? I mean, attacking wounded soldiers, that's against every form of military convention, and the Sith had no problems doing it, and giving out medals for it. I mean, that's just as despicable as it gets. Aside from human experimentation, which the Sith have done as well. And there's definitely a part of me, the justice-seeking part, that feels that you know, crimes of that nature should have some type of consequence. So guys, I'm just throwing this out at you. I don't stop and do these choices very often. I'm going to pick the light side choice for this, obviously, for my Jedi.
Your
but
revenge will have to
don't
wait,
be
Colonel.
afraid to stop
committing
for a
all my
second
forces to rescuing the
and
civilians.
not just think about
Thank you.
the context of the
I'll provide
game,
coordinates
but also
to
think
the
about the
Imperial
context in
slave camps.
real life.
We'll have transport standing by to evacuate our people once they're free.
Napokawa Unikupa. Don't talk, Makitogi.
The general said you were here to help us. I was misinformed.
Ooh, guilt
Our
trip.
science advisor is waiting for you. He has information on that rogue Jedi you're after.
Alright, so let's check out the quote-unquote science advisor. Don't forget, guys, this is the This Is Your Life chapter, so don't be surprised if it's somebody that we know, like, oh, Dr. Godera. Haven't seen him in a
I
while.
haven't seen you since Darth Angle became a cloud of random molecules. Glad you joined the festivities.
That's such a good
This
line.
gathering is long overdue.
This isn't a celebration. People are dying out there, Doctor.
As long as it's the right people dying, that's not a problem for me.
Such a war
Our
hawk.
probe droids have been hunting for your Master Braga. They've found enemy activity in 2 buildings bordering Axial Park. Teams of Sith under Master Braga's command are setting up turbo lasers in the building's topmost floors. They're camouflaging the weapons from view.
Is Master Braga personally overseeing this operation? Can I get to him?
The Sith are only taking orders via holo, but I'm closing in on the source of those transmissions. The turbo lasers are codenamed Firestorm, an adaptation of the technology from Darth Angle's superweapon, lethal and focused. Those turbo lasers will make Axial Park a literal inferno. There would be no survivors.
The Emperor wants to inflict maximum fatalities here. We need to take out those weapons fast.
Demolitions and transport have been secured. All we need is a small commando group. I'm told you can provide that.
Just point us at the targets.
Republic military transports can't get off the ground here, but there's an Imperial assault shuttle on display at a starship museum nearby. The enemy doesn't know the Corellians have it. They'll mistake the assault shuttle for one of their own. You'll fly directly to your targets.
Impressive plan, Doctor. Let's put it into action.
One last thing. I've modified some proton torpedoes into explosive charges. Drop one down a turbo laser's barrel and you'll fuse it shut. Weapon neutralized.
Nice.
Get to the shuttle. Stop the Sith before they turn this park into a giant cookout. Good luck.
So guys, in some ways, and this is just my opinion, the Planet Prison weapon that was introduced all the way back in Chapter 1 in the first section of the Jedi Knight storyline, here we are and we're still dealing with versions of it. I feel like this is, in some ways, the Star Wars: The Old Republic's way of dealing with the concept of nuclear weapons and weapons of mass destruction. If you develop weapons like this, do they persist and be a problem much farther past their initial design and usage? So something to think about. We're dealing with like the small suitcase bomb version of the planet prison now, but still causing problems even years after the Jedi Knight supposedly stopped Darth Angral. Just something to think about, something to chew on. It's pretty easy to play games like this sometimes and just think like, there is bad guy, must stop bad guy has plan, therefore must do this. And instead of kind of looking at the real life implications of some of these same ideas of like, what does this relate to in real life, and how do I feel about that? Anyway, I'm gonna pause, get away from the philosophy for a sec, and I got a long drive to do all the way to here, so I'm just gonna pause. When I get there, I'll go ahead and unpause, and we'll continue the storyline from there. Alright guys, we're almost to the target. I've traversed the map. Actually, you do this game long enough, and eventually you're going to have that less than epic level up because of map exploration. So I did have that happen, but here we are in the museum, and let's go ahead and start killing our way to our objectives. And this one's a little bit like the last area we were in where we're going to have 3 different places to go. Thankfully, though, they're all kind of tied together by the same shuttle. Thankfully, on this level up, I did finally get Saber Reflect, which I've been looking forward to a long time. Saber Reflect is amazing, guys, especially when you're dealing with lots of ranged opponents with blasters. It also has some other really great uses, but just think, if you have like a large group of bad guys all shooting at you, Saber Reflect is basically one of your best friends. Alright, let's just start at the top, Corellia Tower. Gonna spacebar through the little shuttle animation. Alright, you don't have to fight everybody in sight. You can actually cheese this a little bit. You won't get the bonus, but you can jump around here to the sides and just maneuver around these guys. But just be aware, you are gonna have to come back this way. So, some of these groups are actually worth killing. Starting to feel a level difference since I've got about 3 levels on these guys and I'm not being leveled down yet, so my top end damage isn't being affected. Once I think I level up about 1 more time, it will be. They're gonna say you're a little too strong for this, and they're gonna start the level down process. I think that happens at level 52 for this planet. Those spinning strikes are nasty, guys. If you have them targeted, make sure you use your kick or your interrupt. I have been really lazy about it, but, I would say just kind of be aware that that's one of the better melee moves in the game. And they literally, for bad guys, it's like a channel. They can literally just keep doing the spinning strike over and over and over and over again in place. So if you're in melee range, just, like I said, be sure to interrupt. I think it's Jedi Shadows and Sith Assassins have their own version of Spinning Strike, but it's really fast. It's not like a channeled move. It doesn't last very long, and it doesn't hit super duper hard, if I'm remembering correctly. If I'm thinking of the right one, I could be thinking of their AOE, which right now in this particular set of patches does a dot spread. Okay, focus defense is still down. Let's go and put Kira in heal stance for a couple pulls. I still haven't died yet. I'm at level 51 with no deaths. I'm pretty happy with that. I'd love to make this one the one where I don't die until 65 and in a raid or something. I've wanted for a while there to be an achievement called Hard to Kill for that, where you literally get an achievement for not dying through the leveling process. You know, reach max level without ever, you know, having suffered a death. But you know, it's not anything I've ever written BioWare about. I just always thought it'd be cool. All right, that's the Gravelis laser. Now I have to head back to the start, to the shuttle, and then we'll take the shuttle to the next one. All right, so I'm gonna pause. I'll unpause it at the shuttle. All right, we're back at the shuttle, and we're gonna now take it to the Corellia habitat. And I'm gonna skip the shuttle animation because we don't really need it. All right.
You're fine.
There's always more gators in the bayou. Oh, I forgot it's up here on heal mode. I was like, oh, why'd she stun this dude? Okay. It's been something ridiculous, like 40 videos of all these different levels. Alright, let's... I could probably skip these two. Let's see. Shimmy around the right side here. You can skip most of this room's pulls, but you will have one large one here on the end. Because there's also the guy who's walking through the doorway right now. Here. Dive in the center here. I'm going to do a challenging call and a saber reflect combo. And if things get super dicey, I'll pop the range defense. That looked alright. Best use of cooldowns? Definitely debatable. Might not have been my finest moment. Wow, I actually popped a focus defense for that. I'm not even really sure he hit me. Alrighty, that's the Corellia habitat. That one was much, much shorter. Don't forget, guys, if you skipped a bunch of things on the way in, then you're going to want to follow that same route on the way out. This is normally where I'd pause, but I mean, this one was so short. So guys, this might be a good time to just ask you guys. So, if you have been enjoying the series and you've watched me thus far, let me throw it to you guys. What class would you like to see next? I'm definitely feeling like I would love to do the agent storyline again. It's definitely one of my favorites. But if you guys have any questions or comments about, you know, which one you might think would be fun, definitely put it below. I'd love to hear from you guys. I'd love to see what I can be doing to help you guys, you know, see more of the game and understand it better. Also, let me throw that out there too. I may not be a lore expert with everything of Star Wars: The Old Republic, but I have played this game for a while. I do have a pretty decent grasp of most of the story in here. So if you guys ever do have any questions, you know, related to just about any aspect of the game, you know, feel free to ask. You know, I am a trainer by nature. I love training, which is one of the reasons why I can't shut up during these videos. So, you know, there's nothing I like more than when people ask me a question that I can either answer or find the answer to. Because I'm not the expert on everything, you know, and I feel like that's one of the qualities that makes a great MMO player, is constantly getting curious, constantly wanting to know more about the game, and what'll, you know, eventually also make you a fantastic raider as well. It's just having the humility to say, like, I could do this better, or I could learn more, or find out more. You know, and if you ever feel like you've got this all figured out, I feel like you're missing something crucial then. Some players do. I mean, you know, I can admit there's some players out there who are just phenomenal at playing this game, but that might be limited to one or two characters. They may not always have a firm grasp of the entire storyline. There could be a lot of things there. So, you know, I always feel like it's always a good idea to kind of just keep that humility in check and just always remember there's something more I could be learning here. There's always something new, a new horizon to find. And every player has something different that they bring to the game that I can learn from. Alright, almost through this. Obviously we gotta get this Sith Warmonger first. And boom!
I need to know something. Do you think you're making a difference?
Wow, check out that new armor, guys. Tol Braga is definitely not the same man we used to know.
The Emperor is controlling you, Master Braga, but not for long. I'm coming to free you.
You're trapped in old, narrow patterns. You still believe this galaxy is worth saving. None of your victories matter. You're a desperate insect clinging to a burning leaf. In the end, the Emperor wins. This fallen galaxy will be consumed. Purity will be restored.
The Emperor doesn't care about purification. He wants to destroy this galaxy.
You can't see they are the same thing. One way or another, Corellia dies in flames, and we will all burn together.
He didn't sound anything like the other fallen Jedi. I have a bad feeling about this. Maybe Dr. Godera has a lead on Master Braga's location. Let's go find out.
Alright, so we're almost there, guys. We're gonna go talk to Dr. Godera. He is back all the way at this location, and unfortunately the closest speeder point is here. So I'm going to go ahead and pause. I'm going to warp back to that speeder point. I'm going to drive over to the Republic base. We'll continue it there, and guess what? After that, we are heading to the government district and to face Master Tol Braga once and for all. Once that's done, there's just one last step, and then we are done with the vanilla part of the Jedi storyline, and what I consider to be one of the strongest storylines. So guys, I hope you are enjoying this video. Let me warp back, and we'll end just after we finish up with Dr. Godera. Alright, so we're at the gate for headquarters, and I gotta tell you guys, it's been a long time since I, you know, marathoned like this. That is never a good sign. What is this? More bad signs. Injured Republic troopers. It's been a long time since I marathon leveled like this, so guys, again, if I'm not making any sense, you can feel free to put that in a comment too. Uh-oh. That's never good.
Dr. Godera, the Sith killed him. Damn them!
No! This isn't either good nor bad, or I'll avenge him. I'm gonna say my
Doctor was
condolences.
a brilliant man. He served the Republic with loyalty and dedication. I didn't know him well, but I think he'd rather we keep fighting than stop to mourn him.
I wish the people who believe we can make peace with the Empire could see this.
All enemies accounted for, General. I found Dr. Godera's work. Looks important.
He was tracking Master Braga's holo-transmissions. He found signals coming from an Imperial battlecruiser hovering above Capitol Square.
He found Master
Time to go
Braga.
get him.
I need to get inside that battlecruiser right now.
Republic troops established a small forward base in the government district. Gather your people and meet me there.
Senator Zakin sends his regards. Your Jedi troops freed all his Corellian citizens with no casualties. Meanwhile, those Imperial murderers who slaughtered our wounded are laughing all the way back to Drome and Kas.
My mission here is to save lives, not take them.
I'll never understand you people. I'll transmit the coordinates of our forward base to all your people and have them meet you there. Good luck.
Alright guys, that's the end of Firestorm. Next up, it is time to stick it to Tol Braga and see how that plays out. So guys, I'm very excited. We're just 2 steps away from what I consider the penultimate part and the best single ending of any of the 8 storylines in Jedi Knight, for the Star Wars The Old Republic MMO. So, I'm going to go ahead and accept this. I'm going to put a slight pause, grab a drink of water, and then I'm going to start up the next video. Don't miss it. We'll see you soon.